Now, the Bible also gives us an example of God sovereignly working through disobedience. You see an example in Jonah. God told him, hey, go to Nineveh and preach, prophesy. Just do your thing, Jonah. That's what I've called you to do. Go to Nineveh. And Nineveh is a wicked place, and Jonah had no intentions of going to Nineveh, even though God called him to go there. He ran like crazy. He jumped on a boat going in the opposite direction. And so what happens? Well, God shows up and he causes the seas to go crazy, and all the sailors are freaking out. And finally they get to the place where they're saying, okay, wait a minute, who's in Dutch with God here, because this is not normal. And there Jonah's like, that would be me. Just throw me over, you guys will be fine. And so eventually they did. They didn't want to, but eventually they throw him over and everything, they're fine. And Jonah goes down into the belly of a whale. Now, again, just in the time continuum, put yourself in Jonah's shoes. You're there in the belly of the whale. You don't know where you're going. You just think, I'm dead. It's just a slow, agonizing death for me, right? Now, what Jonah didn't know was that he was in the belly of that whale, and that God had, you want to take a ship to go away from Nineveh, but I'm going to put you in a whale that's going to take you to Nineveh. And so God takes him to the place where he wanted to. The whale vomits him up, and there he is. He gets out, he's on the beach. He's like, oh, where am I? Oh, I'm in Nineveh, And so the thing is that here we have an example, a biblical example, of a guy who's disobedient to God, trying to run from God, and God says, listen, providentially, you're going to be where I want you to be. And so there you are, you're in the belly of that whale, and you go, well, gosh, here I am. And some of you, like Jonah, that's where you're at today. When I say, where are you? You go, well, it's dark and it stinks right now where I'm at. And maybe you're there because you've been disobedient to the Lord. But again, here's what I would say to you. The Lord has you where he wants you. All the time. He's never out of control. He's never, oh my gosh, I wanted Jonah to go to Nineveh, and now he's running away. What am I going to do? It's like my dog. I open the door and he's gone, man. I'm like, what am I going to do with my dog? God's not like that. God sovereignly works even through our disobedience.